Welcome to the Friday Value video. We are starting a new topic this week about joint pain. And if you have joint pain and you've been told you have arthritis, there are 5 common misconceptions about arthritis that may be keeping you in pain. So I'm going to start with number 5 and work my way backwards over the weeks. And we're going to focus on osteoarthritis because there are different types of arthritis. And to keep this simple and clean, osteoarthritis is the most common cause of pain and disability in adults, or one of the most common. So let's focus on this one. And we're starting with misconception number 5. Arthritis is a normal part of aging, so it can't be prevented. Yes, that's a misconception. Let's look at a couple of facts here, or a few statements that you will find on the websites. Whatever one you go to, they're all pretty much the same in what they'll tell you. And so this one says osteoarthritis is one of the most common causes of pain and disability in adults. Risk factors include joint injury, obesity, genetic predisposition, that's telling that you inherited it, we'll cover that one, and abnormal joint shape and alignment. Now, you see there, none of that says anything about aging. However, the factor reported to have the greatest influence on the incidence and prevalence of osteoarthritis is age. Currently, more than 30 million adults in the United States have been diagnosed with osteoarthritis. And by the year 2030, which is quickly approaching, it's projected to increase to 67 million, with greater than half of those cases being in people that are 65 years of age and older. So this is why we believe it's kind of a rite of passage. You sort of have to get it. Well, when we look at some studies, this specific study looked at the role of aging in the development of osteoarthritis. And what's reported a lot in the study has to do with cartilage degeneration and oxidative stress. So the million-dollar question is it due to aging? Now, there are a lot of mechanisms that are relevant to the degeneration of cartilage, and there's a role of some excessive levels of reactive oxygen species, or we can call them ROS. And so rather than just causing some random oxidative damage, there's an increase in these ROS that leads to oxidative stress, which a lot of people are familiar with that term. And this disrupts the pathways of specific cell signaling. And because of this disruption, it affects the ability to maintain the cartilage integrity and eventually causes cell death in the cartilage. So, is this age related, or is it related to something else? I think it's related to something else because I've met an awful lot of people who are way up there in years who don't have joint pain everywhere in their body. And I've also met people who aren't all that up there in years who have joint pain in their body. So if it's age related, wouldn't everyone who hit a certain number have joint pain? There's got to be more to it. But that misconception, it's promoted. But look at this. Even the World Health Organization tells us that osteoarthritis is not an inevitable consequence of aging. Yet the data says that 70% of those who suffer from osteoarthritis are older than 55. So we believe it's age related, but that is not accurate. It's a misconception. I'll see you next week for misconception number 4.